Hello and welcome back to me playing Dark Souls 2. Last time we killed the Rotten and we're done with the gutter, but we're not really done with the gutter because I discovered there is an area that I never knew of until yesterday. And therefore, I wanted to show you off this area because when I actually uncovered this area, I was like, holy cow, this is totally Hype City. This is totally my cup of tea. This is totally an exploding butthole. If I'm not mistaken, and I might be, it should be up there. I might have already forgotten, and I apologize for that, but I think you dropped from down here someplace. In fact, that is it. Yeah, alright, so I hop down here, and down we go. Oh, hello. Right, so this episode is not gonna be conventional because we're not gonna actually go on with the main plot of the game. We're actually gonna go and complete the side areas of the game that we haven't visited quite yet. Fun times and stuff. We're probably gonna get into some PvP because I'm online and some of those areas are actually heavy PvP based. Is there anything else here? Hello. How is your life? Let's go here. The reason why I actually found this area is because I knew of a weapon, but that I've actually never tried out, and I've been playing with my PvP character, or rather, the one that I've designed for PvP. And I figured out that there is actually this weapon that I wanted to try out, and figures it's down here. And this area is actually really lovely and interesting. Certainly not something that everyone would know of if you don't check into the into some guides, that's for sure. Well, even when I checked the guide on how to reach this place... Hey, hello. How are you doing? Holy cow, these guys. The zombies are strong. There are too many. Ring of Evil Eye. Normal one. Not a big deal, but... it's not something that you would conventionally know of, even without guide. And even when you have a guide, you're like... what? You go through the bridge with a bridge on top of a bridge with 2 bridges on top with 3 bridges with an urn on the side of a bridge? And you're like, is this like the road to the gulch? Do I have to go to the gulch? No, this is a whole new area. And it gives you actually a nice view of the whole place. And that is actually really cool. And this weapon specifically is in here. Bandit Great Axe. It handles like a longsword, only a bit heavier. So it's actually a very interesting weapon. Hello! I did not know there is an exploding man here. Now I know. We can do a jumping attack there to hop there, and up top here is the tallest place in the gutter for sure, and you can see actually all of it, and it looks really awesome. It's amazing. Hello. I swear to God, these guys are infinite. And there is actually a zipline here, just like in Sildora. I never knew this existed even, and I was like, what? It's really awesome. I was amazed. I was genuinely amazed. Now, I do believe I can fall down to this bridge. Make my way to the... whoa! Oh, hello! You saw that, right? It wasn't just me, right? This is the speedrunning technique for making the jump to the second bonfire safely, by the way. Relatively safely, anyway. And that's it for the gutter. Now we've explored all of it, I believe. I think. Next area, we'll access it from Huntsman's Cove's second bonfire. Oh, hello there, Red Science Stone. I do believe that now I could be very much invadable at this point of the game, even here. As I said, bosses matter not. Besides, there is a boss close by that we actually haven't killed yet, so I wouldn't be surprised. Not a surprising thing in the slightest. So through here, through the first bridge, allow Mr. Micro Pudge. Okay. Two normal attacks for my power stance is enough to kill him. That's good enough. Good info! and through this bridge that we haven't been through yet, I believe. We're actually gonna meet a couple of these hollow slaves and a torturer, or whatever you want to call him, really. I suppose this would be the easily definable as a torturer of some sort. Also, don't swing at bodies if at all possible. It breaks your weapons fast. It really does. That's one of the ways that you can break the Santier spear, or Santier? I don't know. Santier? Pronunciation of that word. Let's call it the cancer of PvP. That's the best way to call it. And we're actually gonna find this weapon today, but we're not gonna use it because it's coming. I suggest you to use it only specifically in PvE. I think that is the most legit way to... Ow! Ow! Whoa! Hello. Goodbye. I believe backstabs do not actually degrade your weapons, so there is that. Also, I haven't... No, I haven't. I'm an idiot. Well, whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, we're gonna equip ourselves with a bow. Important to note that I have... These guys are absolutely wrecked by thrusting attacks, by the way. Case in point, I'll try it right now. Just let me show you. As you can see, thrusting attacks do a fuck ton of damage against the torturers. Also effective against the mini pudges in the zone, so there is also that. I'm trying to pinpoint them down with the arrow. Bad choice. Alright, I'm fine. I'm trying to pinpoint them down with arrows because otherwise they aggro all together and they'll attack you. 4v1, not the best situation. Well, as you can see, I have aggroed one single one of them alone, and the rest was through bow and arrow. This bridge is the second alternative of finding that token of fidelity by jumping down here. But this bridge also has holes that will kill you instantly, so do be careful. Those are the only two holes actually, so there's that. I do not have the stone ring, do I? No, I don't. Alright, fun times. We'll have to kill this guy the good old-fashioned way. This Red Phantom is known for being a dick, wears full Dranglake armor, a great sword, and Orma's great shield, I believe. Which, ow! Which we will not be getting anytime soon, that's for sure. Oh no! That just happened. I don't want to try anything silly because... Whoa! How quickly can you spin around like that, son? How quickly? That attack is so deadly. Yeah! Yeah! How do you like that, asshole? How do you like... Oops, oops. How do you like that? Not much, I bet. Okay, I need to use one of these ones. I always seem to forget that I need to use that one. Because I do it rarely. How many of them do I have? Enough. Alright. Alright, this boss is lovely. We need to use one of these guys. Presumably one of these simply to make our life a tiny little bit simpler. I might still die though. Don't be surprised. Alright, the Executioner's Chariot is one of those bosses shown in, I believe, the demonstration of the game. The biggest problem is actually the Necromancers and the skeletons that respawn if you do not kill the Necromancers. The best way to approach it is by simply rolling below its wheel. Gavlan will, Gavlan deal! He knew it all along. Do not block the skeletons, rather take it up on the chin, if at all possible. Otherwise you might end up in trouble. Because they actually can bleed you out, as well as they do an astonishing amount of damage for doing, or rather, they do an astonishing amount of stability damage to your shield. There are two ways of approaching the Chariot. You can actually pin him down with bow and arrow, and at about 30% remaining health, he's gonna fall down in a gaping hole that he skips there. The other way simply is to close the gate, and he loses the Chariot part of the Executioner. Otherwise, he is essentially a very easy boss, and has a slightly reminiscent attack to the boars in the first game. The armored boars! Shit. Bit too late there, I'm afraid. Let's heal up here. He has actually a breath attack. Ow. Didn't expect that at all. Okay, let's drink an Astus. Let's take it easy. He has also that kick. Oh no! No, that was poorly timed there. From my side. Do the breath attack. Come on. Be a good Chariot and do the breath attack. Or rather, a horse with two heads, I suppose. The soundtrack is very likely my favorite. Come on, just do the breath. Do the spinny breath attack. Come on. I want to shot at attack. It's not too hard to dodge it, but I suppose the easiest way would be to actually use a bow and arrow after you've taken care of both necromancers, because then the skeletons are no longer a problem. Dude, if you don't do the attack next... Ow. Okay. That's my cue to kill you. Well, that's it. That's the Executioner Chariot for you. We get its soul. As well as some fading souls around here. Let's check the soul's description for the lore purposes, shall we? Where does it go to, actually? Here it is. Executioner's Chariot Soul. Soul of the Executioner Chariot that holds control over the undead purgatory. The Chariot was created only to torment undead, and it took the form of horrendous mad steed, a window into the soul of its master. Is the special soul of the Executioner's Chariot to acquire numerous souls or to create something of great worth. Very interesting. The undead purgatory here is a very interesting and lovely area of a concept that isn't quite clear to me as a whole. It might be... See, this is the gaping hole actually. If you drop down its health to 30% more or less, it won't be able to move here, and a single attack will instantly kill it. So ranged attack might be the easier way to fight this. If you're like a bit susceptible to dodges, especially delayed dodges, because the thing is, if you want to have an easy time with this fight, you have to delay those dodges. It doesn't attack the moment you see the attack, so you know, most of my mistakes in the dodges here were caused because of that. And here we find Tichigran.
Oh, welcome. Welcome. Do you have a lust for blood?
Sure.
Yes, of course. Why else would you be here?
I don't know, I was fighting skeletons.
Do you give yourself the armor?
Sure.
Then you will need blood. Oh, lots of it. Undead blood, like your own. But it's not as easy as you think. Well, what do you say? Join the Brotherhood of Blood?
Nah.
Well, that's no fun. Go back home. This is no place for you.
Tichigran. Notice those things on his back. He's likely a mannequin, a doll. If you see he has no face, it's wooden, I suppose. I feel like he's one of those mannequins that you see at Artifacts' workshop. Which wouldn't make a lot of sense, but mannequins, dolls, and the sword puppets, I suppose, are very, very common in this game, I've noticed. We're actually not gonna rest at the bonfire. There's no need to, because I'm gonna die 26 times now. I've activated it, that's all that matters. And now I'm gonna make the one and only jump that I die to several times every single playthrough, because I'm a horrible person at jumping. In fact, considering that all my deaths were caused by jumps, aside from the dodge fail at Rotten last time. Pretty much. Or rather, hey! How did you survive? They despawn permanently after you've killed the Chariot, but I wonder if you failed the Chariot 15 times and you actually managed to kill the skeletons, do they despawn? Something I've never thought about, but I suppose because they're boss creatures, they might not despawn? I'm not sure. And yeah, the one thing that we're looking forward to take is that one. YOLO! Oh my god, I did it. Sublime Bone, that's the last one of the game. That's awesome. We're gonna use a Homeward Bone and return to Majula. Okie dokie! Where is my Emerald Herald? There we go.
Is that a shard you found?
Yep.
Here, let me see it.
Yep.
However.
Yep. Let's upgrade the Estus Flask to 11 uses. That's gonna come in handy, especially once we reach that zone. That place. And we're gonna level up a bunch because we have the souls too, and we're gonna go continue on. Also, I have to burn 3, I believe. 2. 3. 2. 2. 2. 2 Sublime Bow Dust. And that is gonna be our first slot in attunement. That's fun times. Let's increase our vigor a tiny little bit. And we're gonna burn our Sublime Bone Dusts. 2. 2 of them. Fair enough. What armor does she wear? The Chaos Armor? I think so. It's late game. Alright, and we're gonna go to the Grave of Saints next. This is an area between Majula and Gutter. You can use it as a beacon of sorts, as a way in between for an easier step downwards to the gutter later on, but I don't know. I don't feel like it's that much of a hassle. I mean, it's not worth the hassle if you ask me. Do it if you want to do it. It is a PvP area. It's not one of those conventional PvP areas. You get summoned by the ones of the Covenant. So essentially what happens is, you don't lose anything if you lose the matches. It's they that lose things, okay? Now, I don't want to jump there, because that is bad jump, this is good jump. This is the Grave of Saints. So starting from this moment onwards, I believe I am summonable. And as I said, it's they that lose things. They can activate various traps, and the enemies in their area will be only aggressive towards me. But it's only they that lose something. I, at most, can lose healing wares if I use them, and weapon durability and armor durability. I don't think it's a problem. So if you want to train PvP freely, without trouble, either join the Bellkeeper Covenant and be a scumbag, or join this or rather, just go here and be summoned. I suppose this is the best ways to do it. I believe you're still summonable even when you are part of the Covenant, by the way, so that doesn't spare you the pleasantry. The rats here actually petrify you, so do be careful of that. Hello. There's a lot of them. And I believe also an infinite amount of them actually spawns. Lower this bridge, you don't have to use any Ferrous Lockstone, but I believe there is some spell loot here. One or the other. Poison Moss. Isn't there a spell here? I swear to God I remember there being a pyromancy of some sort. Lingering Flame or something? Whisper of Despair. That's a hex. I don't know. I know. Rats have a rare chance to drop Warmth, which is the healing spell of pyromancy. That's Poison Moss. That's not what I wanted, but it doesn't matter. I would actually welcome a chance to be summoned right now, just to show a bit of PvPing, but I won't condemn anyone if it doesn't happen, because, you know, between soul memory and some such, I believe this is more like a low level summoning area, I suppose. There is absolutely no other need to use Ferrous Lockstones. Most of these actually activate traps that you can use once you summon another player against them. Revengeance. And this is gonna be our boss already. I wonder if I should... I think I should be fine with, considering I have 11 Estus and 2 weapons. I should not wear the cat ring, that's for sure. But whatever. Okay, so this boss is different than most bosses, if you couldn't tell. I believe you have to kill 10 rats, and then, only then, the boss will show up. I killed 2. Let me try to count. 3, 4. The area is a bit small, but it's not really an issue overall if you actually maneuver. They're slower than you are. Thrusting attacks is the way to go. 5, 6, I believe, actually. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, exactly. You have to kill exactly 10 rats. No, you do not. You cannot wait. You have to absolutely kill 10 of them. Otherwise, the Vanguard will not show himself. Also, be careful. The Vanguard poisons you instantly, no matter your resistance. And that's it. This is all of the boss. Victory achieved. Royal Rat Vanguard Soul and Rat Tail. Let's check this out, shall we? A severed rat's tail. Demonstrate fidelity by offering it to the Rat King and strengthen the bond with your covenant. The Rat King is proud and merciful, as any true to his stature should be. The Rat King looks favorably upon those who follow the path of right, even disgraceful humans. And finally, the soul, which is this one. Soul of the Rat King's Vanguard. Yeah, Royal Rat Vanguard of the Underground Realm. The Rat King's loyal servant judges the worthiness of those who seek royal audience. Use the special soul of the soldier to acquire numerous souls, or to create something of great worth. Alright. And sure enough, here we meet the Rat King.
Leave this place, human. We have no time for thy kind. Humans bring nothing but filth.
Oh, you're so silly. I guess this is actually a notch to the discrimination of humans in real life. Like, you know, oh, you Chinese look all the same or something, and right now the rat is like, yeah, you humans bring only filth, when it's actually rats in real life that we consider bring filth. But you know, it's actually an interesting concept. What are humans in real life? We are nothing but parasites to the world, really. We do not do anything that is actually worthy in our planet, for our planet's good health, unless you're, I suppose, an ecologist or something like that. I suppose that makes sense. And sure enough, this area you might recognize as the one that we've been to a couple of times ago. In fact, last time. Yes, it was last time. This is actually the area that you get to go to the gutter. Yeah. There is a sparkling crystal lizard there, but I want to get that. Alright, there we go. That was not that bad. Disc chime. Actually, I didn't know about this jump until a friend of mine, Brent, check his channel. You can go on my channel and you can find his channel on the side in the featured channel list. A friend of mine did this jump, and I was like, wow, I didn't know that jump could be possible. I thought you could only jump from there. And sure enough, I tried from there about 25 times before I could make it. So yes, I believe it's possible to jump from there. But it's insanely hard. This was way easier. So thanks, Brent. Much appreciated. Let's check this item, shall we? This is actually a very interesting chime. It's under chimes, by the way. This chime, a rare sacred chime of unknown origin, can be used as a shield. This chime, likely brought here by a visiting saint, slightly augments the effects of miracles. Use strong attack to emit miracles and hexes. Use miracles and hexes strong attack. That is because if you actually equip it... Where is it? Where is it? Yes, I am unable to use it, but if you equip it, it is indeed a friggin' shield. It looks baller as fuck, I reckon. I think this could be easily a fashionable item. Granted, I need 18 faith to use it properly, but it's not that bad actually. It scales B with faith, and it doesn't have that bad of actual physical resistances. It weighs very little too. I don't know, I think this could be a viable item for any build. Faith build, I suppose. If you don't like the sturdiness of a normal shield, which I actually do not like most shield designs in this game. I only like a bunch of small shields, as well as a couple of tower shields or great shields. I don't know the name. Okay, time to homeward bound back. For we have another boss to kill. Alright, we're indoors of Pharos again. Yes, indeed we are. First and foremost, let's change that cat ring. We do not need it anymore. We want to use... What were we using? Chloranthy +1, I think? Yeah, it should be. Alright. We haven't gone through here. This is actually the second Rat King area. And sure enough, this actually is a bit more tricky and high level, because there is mastodons and lots more traps. Actually also looks amazing. I love this area a lot. Now what I want to do is trigger this mastodon, because you might not see it, but there is actually a rabid rat around the corner. Here he comes. I want to kill this rabid rat first, because he's been proven to be much more of a dick than the mastodon, because he can toxify you. That sure enough is actually toxicity. It's not bleed. Also, mastodons are insanely weak to thrust attacks, so if you want to go with a bow. Or, I shouldn't be using that. I will not need that many healing wares here. Just go with a bow or with Oh, he dropped something. Go with a bow or with thrusting weapons or some sort. Maybe even blunt attacks or crushing attacks do a lot of damage, I'm not sure. I shouldn't be showing this. This is basically me being a scum for showing this, but if you use a Pharos Lockstone over here, there is indeed a mastodon guarding this place. You do not have to use 3 of this, but if you want to be using this as a PvP area and you want this mastodon freed upon your enemies... Oh, Mastodon Halberd, that's really lucky. Then I guess this is the way to go, but this treasure chest contains the weapon that we were mentioning a bit earlier, the Santier Spear, or Santier, or Santier, whoever wants to pronounce it whatever way. Yes, it's a spear. It's actually a halberd, it's not a spear. It's a weapon that has a huge statue head that makes it heavy and very unusable. If you actually manage to break that head, it requires to deter 500 durability. It becomes one of the scummiest phantom rangest weapons in the game, with with a mixed attacks movement set of a halberd, a spear, a twin blade, and a curved sword. It's 4 weapons in one, and the two-handed R1 is scummy as fuck. So please be a good guy, do not use it in PvP. If you're actually using it right now, believe me, you're gonna make people rage. There is easy ways to counter it, namely, it is actually really easy to parry it, because all of those attacks can be parried. It unleashes like a barrage of 6 attacks, and all of them can be parried. But, if you're new to the game and you go against someone that has a Santier, or Santier, we're gonna have a lot of trouble, and I swear to God, if I counted the number of times I went against one of those Sentier's users. This chest is trapped, by the way. Surely enough, yesterday with my PvP character, I actually had it trapped with, I believe, an arrow trap, so it changes. As I said, it changes. So if you want to face off against the boss, take your left here, and there is gonna be a small room to the side here, and you enter it, and there is a bonfire. I am very amazed I wasn't summoned, actually. I am absolutely amazed. Usually when I make my way to the bonfire, I get summoned, and to prove I am in online mode. I mean, there is messages around, so therefore think carefully. Nah, I'm gonna use range attack, so fuck you. I'm gonna use the strongest arrow I have. The fire arrows, I suppose, are the strongest ones. Yes. This boss is very interesting. It actually relies entirely on you killing those 4 small rats before you attack the boss. It's essentially Sif the rat. If you have a strong enough bow attack, you can kill these rats easily and then be alone against the authority, the Royal Rat Authority, which was actually nerfed before the PC release. This guy used to two-shot you like a fucking boss. Right now, he's not that much of a big deal. But still, those small rats can petrify you, can toxify you. This guy does a bunch of damage. I believe, among other things, he does bleed damage. So, basically all status effects in one single boss fight, so... the main trick against this guy is to absolutely not lock onto him. Be wary of his attacks. They are, again, a bit delayed, just like the Executioner's Chariot attacks. And try to have a fast weapon or a long-reach weapon. This is one of the few bosses where I suppose a greatsword doesn't come in handy. An ultra greatsword is fantastic against this guy, but a greatsword is not. Absolutely not. So either straight sword. A mace isn't good either because of its short reach. Oh wow. Whoa. Excuse me. I believe his reflex is also lower as you hurt him more. There we go. Oh no! No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay. That, I believe, degrades your equipment. No? It doesn't, apparently. And we get, again, a rat tail. These guys, I believe, drop fire slugstones. I thought so. I think they also drop poison moss. I'm not sure, though. But fire slugstones are very rare, but as you can see, these are rats, but they look also like dogs, so... I feel like these are more dogs than anything else. Let's check the description of the Royal Rat Authority's soul, shall we? Where is it? There it is. Okay, Soul of the Royal Rat Authority of the Underground Realm. Those who choose to serve the Rat King must have the courage to face his challenges. Use the special soul of this rat to acquire numerous souls or to create something of great worth. And actually I always missed the exit door. There is an exit door to this place. There isn't just that one with the bonfire. There is this door over here, which is basically invisible. It's literally the scummiest door ever. But you get a nice view of the Doors of Pharos. I love this view a lot. Doors of Pharos is beautiful. I love it. I absolutely adore it. And in here...
Is that a rat tail, human?
Yes, it is.
Thou'st one of mine rat burrows conquered. This will not go unnoticed. Rejoice, for the right to serve me is now thine. Since thou'rt human still, permit me ask, wilt thou thy human soul surrender and pledge thyself to me? Swearest thou by the sweet-tempered sludge that laps at our bosoms?
I know.
Of course. Humans are all alike. Get thee gone. We will tolerate thy stench no longer.
Wow. Scumbag. What a scumbag. What a rat bag, more likely. No, Gurm. No, please don't. Alright. And sure enough, we're back here. Gurm Warrior Helm. This is not the Great Helm, though. The Great Helm is the one that Gavlan uses, actually. I want that one, if at all possible. So, let me check something real quick. What is my arrow count? My poison arrow count? 135. Let's increase it to about 250. So, we're gonna go to Gavlan here, because he's right over here.
Oh, Gavlan, know you.
What you want?
See, his helmet is the Germ Great helmet. The difference is... I'm actually gonna show you the difference real quick. Just let me buy some of these arrows. Sure, about that.
Many deal.
Alright, thanks Givlan. I'm gonna show you the difference between the two. See the difference? It is literally the little thing on top of the helm. That is the only difference. But the Great Helm actually offers incredible resistances. It's not fashionable at any least though. I reckon Kraton's mask looks kind of baller with the Wanderer coat, but I think it would look better on a male, because I usually like to see female faces better. This one I feel like could be a wearable item for a bristleback from Dota build. I don't know why, I just have that feeling. This helm is balling as hell, I like it. The Falconer. Havel. It's just the most detestably horrible looking armor in the game, let's be honest. Well, this is actually equally horrible. But yeah, there is a bunch of... this doesn't look too bad. Well, it is the Wanderer hood with the Wanderer coat. But let's try a bit of Fashion Souls right now, shall we? Ugh. I wish this armor was a bit more wearable, but it looks just so silly. I don't know why. Maybe it's the big ass that it makes you have. Same with this one, rather. This is like actually a horrible looking armor, and everyone is using it for some or the other reason. I don't know. I believe we started as a Falconer, didn't we? I don't have... Oh yeah, we got the tattered armor. It's the same as the Pyromancer armor in the first game. It's the gypsy armor of the game, let's be honest. Let's be completely honest. Our Drake looks absolutely hideous unless if you have the helmet, which makes it look baller. Which is actually kind of ironic. This one I don't see it being useful for any kind of build. It's just a bad armor. I don't know, I don't think I have anything fashion-wise. Too sturdy. Although there are some small differences between the armors in the first game and the ones that were replicated in the second game. You can see that actually they have a bit of a different look. Mostly probably because of the added physics to the armor. That would make sense. I don't know, I like this armor, but how would it look with a helmet on? Say the, oh no. Pate's helm looks horrible. How's this Kraton's helm? This helm is absolutely hideous. The only reason why I liked it in the first playthrough was because of that flashy, swaggy, moving tail. I don't know. Hunter's hat, I don't think it looks that good. I think the best looking hat is Lucatill's hat, but only if it was without the stupid mask. Whatever. We're actually gonna go and check what wares that guy has. See, the Pate's armor doesn't even offer that great resistances for that weight. It doesn't actually make it useful at all, I reckon. Unless if it gives poison resistance, but even then. Let's do some Fashion Souls. So this guy here...
Come to see Owl Gilligan, have ya?
He sells the black leather set. Doesn't cost a lot, so might as well buy it for purposes. Thief mask looks horrible on a female character. It looks amazing on males. I don't know why they did this, but I don't think a thief mask looks good at all. It's kind of silly looking. We're gonna actually buy a couple of these. Why not? Might as well. Lacerating knives, I didn't even see a particular good use for them, to be honest with you. Oh, thanks, Gilligan.
Cheers for that.
Let's see what armors Mullen has to offer
You need
us.
armor? Go ahead. See what I'm offering.
Alright. So we do have Alva armor available, but Alva doesn't look that good either. We can try this one. How would this one look if I had long sleeves and normal pants, I wonder? Let's try that. This one looks bad. This one is a bit cliche. Falconer I have. Elite Knight, I would wear it if it wasn't already in the first game. To be completely honest, that's the reason. Alva Helms looks good on all armor, but Alva's armor. I think there are much better ways to actually decor your Alva armor if you want it. But I think that helm looks bad on Alva's armor particularly. But we can buy it for the same reason, really. Actually, since we're here, might as well buy a couple of other items and spend all our souls. This shield looks really good, by the way. I like the looks of that shield. What else can we buy that we do not have? I guess this one. I'm trying to spend all my souls right now. Sure, I could level up and all that nonsense, but at the same time... Nah. Ah, there we go.
Thanks for the purchase. Do come again.
I'm gonna show you something right now, because not many will know. Essentially, if you spend 16,000 souls at Mullen, he will have the Alva armor. I didn't buy anything else of Kraton's armor, right? But it looks silly, it looks chain. It's chainy. It's very chainy. So yeah, if you spend that many souls at Mullen, and then you have 0 souls when you come back to him, he will give you actually an interesting armor set. We'll use the Dark Sign because we don't lose any humanity, but we lose all souls automatically, and it doesn't actually leave a blood stain. So that's what we're gonna do. Now that I have 0 souls, I can go talk to Mullen, and he's gonna give me something nice. Something, well, not really nice. It's overrated, in my opinion.
You need armor. Go.
Actually.
In a spot of bother, are we?
Yes.
Here, take this. My compliments.
We get Horus armor.
Are you sure?
This is the worst Horus set in the game. There's 2 of them. There is the Horus armor and there is the Horus armor. I want the Horus armor, but it is incredibly rare to get it. The Horus armor that we just got, Armor of Kings of the Desert Land of Jugo, first worn by Horus, the land's heroic founder. According to legend, the armor of Horus is composed by a mysterious substance that cannot be seen by cowards. What do your eyes tell you? It is sure enough invisible. There is a visible part. There is a visible set to this armor, and that one looks baller. That one looks really good. I believe it is the best looking armor in the game, but there is always a but. You get it in New Game Plus or beyond. You get it in the No Man's Wharf. There is a invader, or rather, there is a Red Phantom there who has a chance of dropping it. The chance is low, and you have to use an ascetic every time or complete the game every time to farm it. So it is actually quite hard to farm. Not Durgo's hat, kind of hard, because the Red Phantom there is quite easier than Durgo the Red Phantom, that we're actually gonna talk about later on, but let's not talk about that now. Alright, so Fashion Souls. I really don't like the black leather armor. Spoiler, I really don't like the black leather armor. I think it looks silly as hell. Falconer. I would like the Falconer armor better if it didn't have the shoulder pad over there. Okay, so this one, it's a bit silly because it has chains that are being moved by the wind quite hard. Do I have something that gets very long sleeved? This is the longest, I believe. I don't know, just trying out some things. It's just sturdy, is my problem right now. This armor is just too sturdy. There isn't much choice I have in the matter. This doesn't look too terrible, actually. I think it looks actually very decent as an armor, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just picky. It is a vague possibility. I don't know. I think I don't have any good armor quite yet. Yeah, Bone Lord, Skeletor, Havel, woo! I think what I'm gonna do is try and search for. By the way, that looks like a boar head, or maybe a bear head. Interestingly enough, I think I'm gonna do some off-camera farming for a couple of armors. See if we can actually fashion ourselves, because I'm really getting tired of this Wanderer code that we already had in first game. No offense, but it looks quite, I don't know, boring. This just looks too sturdy. Nah. I'd rather go with the Wanderer code for now, and we're gonna figure out which armor. I'm gonna check the wiki and figure out which armor I should farm for, if at all possible. Thanks everyone for watching, and next time we're for real going to Drangleic Castle. Until then, be well. Bye!